In yesterday's unit, we took a look at unit circle values in degrees. Today we're going to be looking at the unit circle values in radians. So our objective is to determine exact unit circle values of angles in radians. Radians are actually easier than degrees because they all have a denominator. So the denominator gives us a clue as to which quadrant we're in, which reference angle that we use, and then we just need to figure out which quadrant we're in to determine if our value is positive or negative. So cosine of 5 pi over 3, our reference angle is pi over 3. And then thinking which quadrant we're in. So we've got pi over 3 is 60 degrees, so here's pi over 3. And then we have 2 pi over 3. And then this is pi over 3, or pi. So we'd have 4 pi over 3, and then 5 pi over 3. So we're in the fourth quadrant, and the cosine is the x-coordinate. So we have a positive x-coordinate, and the cosine value at pi over 3 is, remember cosine goes 3 to 1. So our cosine value is 1/2. For b, we are looking at sine of 3 pi over 4. So pi over 4 is our reference angle. And the pi over 4 is the one that's nice because your sine and cosine are the same. They're both the square root of 2 over 2. So we just need to figure out which quadrant we're in to determine if our sine is positive or negative. So we have, let's start over, I was going to use the same quadrant. We have pi over 4. 2 pi over 4, or pi over 2, and then this is 3 pi over 4. Our sine is the y-coordinate, and in the second quadrant, y-coordinate is positive. So for the last one, we've got tangent of 7 pi over 6, so our reference angle will be pi over 6. And then let's figure out which quadrant we're in. So we have pi over 6. And then we have pi over 3, which is 2 pi over 6. That's still in the first quadrant. 3 pi over 6 is pi over 2. 4 pi over 6 is 2 pi over 3. 5 pi over 6. And then this would be 6 pi over 6. 7 pi over 6. In the third quadrant, remember tangent is the ratio of sine over cosine. So in the third quadrant, tangent is positive. And then, if you can remember, the tangent goes at square root of 3 over 3, 1 square root of 3. So our reference angle to pi over 6 gives us a square root of 3 over 3 tangent value. So this time we are going to be looking for sine, cosine, and tangent for each reference angle, or for each angle. So we're starting with 7 pi over 4. So of course our reference angle would be pi over 4. And then the sine would be, let me back up which quadrant we're in so we know if it's positive or negative. So 7 pi over 4, we'd have 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4 is pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4 is pi, 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4 is 3 pi over 2, we haven't seen that one yet. And then finally 7 pi over 4. So we are in the fourth quadrant, so our x value is positive, or our cosine is positive, y value is negative, so the ratio of the two, our tangent, will be negative as well. So sine theta would be square root of 2 over 2, but our y value is negative. Cosine theta would be the same thing, x value is positive. And tangent theta, the ratio of the two is 1, but it's in the fourth quadrant, so it's negative. Pi over 2, so now we're going to look at one of the ones that's on one of our axes. This time it's our y-axis. Remember this one was our pi over 2. So we would have the ordered pair on the unit circle. Our x-coordinate is 0. Our y-coordinate is 1. So sine theta, our y-coordinate. Cosine theta is our x-coordinate. And tangent is sine over cosine, which is undefined because we've got that division by 0. finally 5 pi over 6. So our reference angle is pi over 6. Figuring out which quadrant we're in, 6 pi over 6 is pi, or 180 degrees. So we know we are just shy of that at 5 pi over 6 for the second quadrant. The values of pi over 6, our reference angle, were square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. So our sine value is 1/2. Cosine, square root of 3 over 2. Sorry, I forgot about which quadrant. We're in the second quadrant. So our cosine value is negative, our x-coordinate. Sine value is still positive. So the ratio of the two, we've actually seen this one already, is negative square root of 3 over 2. And that is my lesson, I guess.